am Joelle. Thank you for joining me on Spiritual Connections by Joelle.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Oh my gosh. So I don't know if you were like super anxious about today's reading and you're like, oh my gosh. And then I feel like spirit's like messing with you already just doing this because they're like, Just calm down, take a breather. Like it's totally fine. Like you will
Okay,
be fine. This
good.
means the like I don't know if you've been to a meeting before or if you haven't been in a while or somebody had passed in the time of coming to see me, but there's something significant about you seeing me today. And so they were just already showing me all these things of how you're like, well, I don't know if my loved one's going to come through. All that. Just take a breather. Let's all relax. Let's all
Yeah.
we're just, we're good. And really sitting with a medium is just me being the operator to your loved ones, so
Yeah.
that way it's just like sitting with your loved ones, but it's almost like that unknowing of like, are they going to come through or this and that? And seriously, if I start to like drift in a direction of the reading, you can guide it anywhere you want. You can be like, well, I'm surprised I didn't hear from so and so yet. And we can do that. We can always guide it and get it where it needs to go. What I'm going to do, if you've been to a medium or not, like I was saying, is I'm going to quiet down because that's the way I work is the first time. Even though they've already kind of been chatty with me,
Sure.
I really need to hone in on who's here for you because I felt a couple and I felt some taking the back seat and some coming forward more. So I was kind of getting confused. So I really want to hone in on that. So I'll quiet down, close my eyes. And that's why I like working with video too, is because of the fact that people get to see when I'm actually working. And don't feel like there's any time that you can interrupt me or you can tell me stories or anything like that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So there's definitely two males stepping forward first. And this feels like a father energy. And then this feels like a son energy as well. So I don't know if you've lost a son or if this is like a brother or somebody that would be like a son to this father energy.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Is dad passed?
No.
Okay. This definitely felt like a father-like energy.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. No, my father's living.
Okay. I'll pull more for them and then we can move on if we just don't know who this is. So they have dark hair, dark, thick black hair, and they're making me feel like they're on dad's side. So I don't know if this is, like I said, a brother of dad or if this is like, um, if that would be an uncle to you or his uncle and their son, something about a father-son relationship.
Uh, my father's an only child.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
trying to think.
Listen, if it
Um,
doesn't come up right away,
okay.
that's no big deal. We'll keep
Yep.
going.
Okay.
Does your dad have something going on with his like, because I asked them to validate if you're on dad's side, what's going on with
Mhm.
dad? And they said something about him having a right hip and like right knee. Is he having some issues with his hip and his knee?
He does have issues walking, so
Okay.
yeah, that
Okay.
would make sense.
Okay.
Could it be like one? I mean, his uncles are passed, so it could. He has two uncles that would be my grandfather's brothers and his father. But you're saying like uncle to him. He does have two uncles that have passed. I think one had dark hair.
Yeah, it could
Young.
what I felt is this father-like energy. So
Hmm.
sometimes they can be an uncle that stepped forward and were very father-like to them, like pretty much were like a secondary parent. If their
Yeah,
parent was non-existent, then this person stepped forward. So whatever this is, and then I felt this like a second generation with him male. So that's where the two were coming forward and walking together hand in hand. So if
yeah.
dad needs to know that they're safe and at peace with God and that they're together on the other side. So
Oh,
that's
that's
really why they
nice.
were stepping forward.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
probably my
thought it was
uncle.
direct correlation with you. So perfect. And
Yeah.
exactly right, because our soul family is so big on the other side because of everybody that we're either married into or parents or our loved ones or things like that. So that was just a quick message that they wanted to come forward for dad
Ah,
because not saying that they're not here for you as well, but it's just more of a correlation with dad.
yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Thank you.
Anytime. Okay. Is this is mom passed?
Yes.
Okay. So mom sh- she feels I don't know why I'm getting multiple numbers with her and I'm just trying to decipher quick. So I don't know if she's giving me the reference to July, the number 7, or if she was 7D. I was getting confused of what she was saying.
Actually, well, when she passed, she was 77, and my father's birthday is July.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom. That's pretty impressive. Okay, so 77. So
Yeah.
7-7. Okay.
Yeah.
Because she was making me feel like it did feel like she had a long life, that she did get to enjoy things that she wanted to, but it still felt shortcoming. Like it felt like she could have had more time, correct?
Yeah, she wanted more time. Like,
She felt
yes.
very vibrant, alive, like very active even. She makes me feel like there might have been some changes in her physical what she could do towards the end, and that inhibited her as she progressed in whatever this is. I don't know if it was a medical issue or whatever it was, but she just felt like she had a lot more life to live. And that's
Yes.
how you perceive it as well. And
Yeah.
she really is trying to explain too that she's so sweet. She's like, the life I lived is just was so full of love and joy and experiences. She's like, even if I didn't get to travel the world, but I got to do and like live this fulfilled life, she's like, I feel like I lived 10 lives over, in this one lifetime. So she's so
Aw.
grateful that she had that experience of living a full life.
Oh, that's awesome.
Are you one of like 5?
No. Oh, no, but my sister-in-law is my
Okay.
brother's wife.
Okay. I felt like with mom. So let me
Oh,
keep connecting with mom, but that's okay.
okay.
Something with 5. I don't know. Is she one of 5?
No, she just is two.
Okay.
She has one sibling.
Okay. All right, we'll come back to that because sometimes
Okay.
it means something else. Believe me,
Yeah.
they'll just drop that in, and I have a feeling of what it is, and then we don't really know, and then it circles back. So we'll just
Yeah.
keep going with her and seeing what she wants to say. She keeps showing me. Did she ever sleep with curlers?
Um, she might have been when she was young, but she had very curly hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if she was setting it or how it was going, but it just feels short and I feel like it grayed towards the end and like if not white
Yeah.
and it feels like this curled around her face or that framed her face.
Well, you know what? She's probably doing that. She was very, very, what's the word? Like her hair was thinning as she got older. And then when she got sick, she lost a lot of her hair and she was very self-conscious. And we bought her neat little like head pieces where the little ends of her hair would curl around her neck, like you're saying.
Oh,
Or yeah, or wigs, but she used to wear these little headpieces and her hair at the bottom would always curl around her neck. Yeah.
was she big on wearing scarves or scarf
It,
something?
it's that thing on her head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It was kind of like a scarf, a little bit like a turban. They were neat. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, and she's almost making me feel like she would pick out ones that made her almost feel regal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
She's like, no, no, no. Like it has to be like a little flashy. Like
Yeah.
it can't be just a plain red,
Yeah. I would get her
like
the most
that's
vibrant.
not gonna do. It's gotta have like
Exactly.
gold and
Yeah.
like
Like even her wigs were blonde and she would make a joke like, it took all this and now I'm blonde, like she would like joke about it.
How fabulous. So just validating for you that all the things that you helped her with and guided her through in this lifetime, that she is so grateful for you
Oh,
stepping forward and taking care of her in her time of need that she needed you.
oh, that's awesome.
Did she have, she's looking at your, she's making me notice your glasses, but she's like, I don't know if she had glasses, but she has like special reading glasses that she would put on.
Yeah, she only needed readers. She's probably making fun
Okay.
of me that I need glasses for everything. And this woman only needed readers, and that's it.
Yeah,
You
she's
know?
showing me like those cheapo ones, but she feels
Yes.
like I feel like there's the rhinestones on the end.
Yes,
Like,
and she would get like a little fancy, but yeah, that was
yeah,
all she
yeah.
only needed them for reading.
I love how she's like a little extra with things that she's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna be a
Yeah.
little
Like she was
bedazzled.
super young and I'd be falling apart and she'd be joking. Like, yeah, that's her.
I love her. That's so cute. Um, that's interesting. I'm not sure why she's showing me this, so I'll just explain to you what she showed me and the feeling and the interpretation I got, but it's all for you, so you can let me know what this has to do with. Who is somebody's in I don't know if this is basketball or what this is, but I saw a gymnasium and like high school, so I don't know if this is that you just went to it recently or if you went to a grandkids, a basketball game. It felt like an indoor auditorium kind of thing.
It might be my brother. My niece plays all kinds of sports and stuff. So she might, and he had just come. I actually just saw him yesterday. We got together for lunch, and he had just come from like a CrossFit. And I'm wondering if she's just like acknowledging that she is, aware of this. And he had just taken his niece, like they're doing it together. It's just something that they
Okay.
were doing together. So I'm wondering if it's that.
Perfect. Totally, we can take that because she just showed me this like gym auditorium and
Yeah.
somebody was very sports athletic.
And
And
he
so
coaches for
that's
her.
okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Exactly right. Knowing that you went and had lunch with him and that you still like she's with you all the time. So I know that it's like we miss them so much with them not being here, but they're also so ever present in our lives. And that's
Yeah.
the whole point of this reading is to show you that she is still forever and will always be with you every single day.
Oh, that's so nice.
Her parents are passed,
Yes.
and then she has a sister on the other side too.
Um,
Is this who that is? That a sister?
it might be an aunt. She only has
Okay.
a brother.
Oh, okay. Because I felt a female energy. So I was asking her who greeted her on the
Yeah.
when she passed, and it was both of her parents and then this sister, like the female energy that I felt.
I wonder if that might be her goddaughter, who passed young.
Okay.
She was very, very close to her. I
Okay.
always wondered about that. I wonder if that, and she would probably come across as a sister, even though she's goddaughter. She was, an adult when she passed,
Okay.
but young.
Okay. So the goddaughter and her parents were there to greet her soul when she
That's
passed to
awesome.
heaven. And she was so elated for the reunion. And like, if you could feel the outpouring of love that they had in that connection in kind of, it was like as if no time had passed at all. And it was
Wow.
just so, so beautiful. Was your grandmother, so her mother, very
Hmm.
big on wearing pearls? That was of the time, but okay, she's like, Mom's got her pearls on, and like we're all
My
well,
grandmother was beautiful. Yes.
I feel like they're all like decked out, ready, like they were ready for the occasion. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm lucky if I get out of my sweatpants some
I
days.
know. My grandmother looked like a 1950s like movie star when she was young. She was absolutely stunning.
I
So that
love
just is
it.
so fitting.
Because it feels like they were ready for the occasion and they came dressed and ready. Now,
Too
this feels like
funny.
your grandmother's energy because she feels like a little spitfire. And so she wants to talk. She wants to take the floor. I don't know why. She's just like, I'm coming through. And she wants to talk about something about special occasions and the time. Now, this is a memory of hers, and I don't believe that it's a memory of yours, or if
Okay.
you would even know this. But she's talking about the significant times that she got to go to the movie theater, which was very special back in those days. Like it was,
Aw.
and she felt like I don't know if they were a dime to go to see the movie or whatever it was. And she like they would get dressed up. Like that was back in the movie days when it was like a special occasion. It was like a big event to go out to these
Yeah.
movie theaters. So I don't know why
Yeah, that's
you know what's
probably
funny?
she's
Her energy. And she's telling me, she's like, well, I think she had a sense of like that she could have been a movie star. So I don't know if, I don't know that or she has that kind of energy or mentality where she's like, instead of watching the movies, I should have been in them. Does
she's
that sound
probably
like,
joking, but she like truly people would come up to her like that's how pretty she really was.
oh
Like she
my
probably could have
gosh.
been, but
Oh,
it just wasn't her nature. She was really down to earth, you
okay.
know.
Okay. So it was more of just being that people
Yeah.
saw her in that light of, okay,
Absolutely.
perfect.
Yeah, all the time people would come up to her and say, like to my grandfather and say, she's just so
Just
beautiful.
stunning. I'm getting
Yeah.
stunning. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Wonderful. Um, we're circling back to mom, I believe, but mom, did she, I don't know if this is her crocheting or if she had a crocheted blanket or if just the fact that she was always cold.
Okay, so wow, I just got goosebumps. So while she was sick, she was always cold all the time. But at the end of her, like at the very end before she passed, she was in hospice where they were wonderful. It was like angels on earth. But they donated and they put it on her. It was a crocheted blanket that I have, that I
Oh,
put away with some of her stuff that I have like in a box. Like it's just
oh.
that's amazing,
She
amazing.
yeah, she just wants you to know too that she knew that crochet because I feel like she was when she had the crocheted blanket, she was no longer maybe speaking, communicating. So this
Absolutely.
is why she's bringing it forward now
Wow.
of acknowledging the care that she was given while she was there by the hospice, by you showing up, by your loved one. I don't know if this is a sibling that came with you to help so
Yeah.
she's acknowledging and thanking you
Oh,
guys for taking all the best care of her. And so
aw.
that's exactly she saw that. And
Wow.
she wants you to know and like she loves you wholeheartedly and that you poured your heart and your soul into making sure her last days were comfortable.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She's almost making a joke though, because I feel like you had like, and I think you said this is too that you put it away in storage, and she's saying, well, just pull it out and just use it if you.
It's so funny that you're saying that because I just recently said, I haven't looked at that blanket in a bit. Like it's just in my like the little storage area and I have it in a bin. And
Mhm.
I was like, maybe I should take it out. And then I was like, no, it's gonna make me sad. So I haven't gone down, but it's just so funny because it was on my mind recently. And that she's making a joke, like, well, pull it
I know.
out.
She's like, no big deal. It's so funny because, of course, we're gonna hold that as a memory with something,
Yep.
right? But they don't see it like that. They see it as like, well, just use it. Who cares? Like, no big deal. But we're like heartbroken over it. So whatever you choose to do, if it stays in storage, completely fine.
It's
Just
so
know that your
funny.
mom loves and supports you with whatever decision you decide to do.
So nice.
Um, her grandkids, so your children, and maybe these are nieces and nephews too. Did they call her a different thing instead of grandma? Did they call her like, I don't know, like I feel like a shorter name. Like, I don't know why I'm
Yep.
saying Omi, but I don't feel like she's an Omi.
Oh my God, Mimi. They called her
Mimi.
Mimi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cute. I knew it was something shorter, and I was like, I saw Omi, and I was like, you guys don't look
It's
like
so
you're
close.
be an Omi. Yes. So perfect. Just confirming that she loves all her grandkids. Like those
Aw.
were her light. That was like what gave her energy, I feel
Yeah.
like. Like
Yep.
seeing the kids do all their, I don't know if this is ballet or doing a you know, a sports thing. And then she's just like so proud of them with every
Aw,
achievement, even though she wasn't feeling her best towards the end.
yeah.
Like she loved seeing all the pictures and just kind of living through them. And so she's so proud of them of
Aw.
of doing all the things. Somebody is This is graduating high school, I believe. So one of the grandkids are just graduating high school.
Um, she might be my two are older. My niece, she's only in fourth grade, but my when my mother got sick, she was really like she just wanted to see her graduate elementary school. She's like, I just want to be
Okay.
here for her to graduate. And she wanted my younger son was still in college. And she's like, I just want to see him graduate college. So she might be making that reference
Okay.
because she didn't make it for either one. Like she passed right before my younger
Okay.
one graduated college.
Okay. So exactly that about the graduation and wanting to make it to the
Yeah.
graduation. And so I'm trying to ask her to validate what was like what might have been significant on that day. This is kind of funny. This is your son who graduated the college?
Yes. Yep.
She's so funny. And I'm sorry I'm laughing, but she's making me laugh. Like, so she's showing me, did he like trip on his like walk up?
I don't know. He might have.
So, so, so no, that's her way of validating that she was there on that
He
day.
was there anyway.
So whatever this was, wherever he tripped, I just see him like walking like, all right, I'm going up. And I just like, feel like this
I
little
gotta
prick.
ask him. That's funny.
So that it wasn't like she caused the trip. She was just there being like watching him. So she just
Yeah,
wanted to let him know that she was there and present on
I
that
saw
day.
that.
Yes. And she's like, I got it. Um, Super cute. She might have been showing me this earlier and not saying that you could have it on today. Did you put on special jewelry just for the reading today? That is hers.
I did.
Is it a neck?
I'm wearing her wedding ring.
Okay. Because as I got ready earlier, I put on all my special jewelry for St. Patrick's Day being green. So I was like, I
Yeah.
don't have a lot of green stuff. So I was trying to like, and as I was putting it on, I was like, something with my sitter today is putting on special jewelry. And she just confirmed that. And that
And this is my grandmother's necklace too. So I wore one for my grandmother and one for my mother. Yeah.
perfect. Beautiful. And how would I know that? Like, there's
Yeah,
no way that I would know that. And
exactly.
so when I was doing the same thing, she was already visiting with me. And it's so funny that I felt these male energies with you earlier. I'm still not sure who those are, but your mom is definitely coming through. She is fabulous.
Aw.
I saw white and then pink roses, which sometimes white roses are for a celebration, like my sign or symbol of a celebration that you did post the funeral. So I don't know if you did like a memorial, a different from the service that you had for her, or a way that you honored her after the service of something. It doesn't feel like on the day of.
The day. Oh. It might have been just for her last birthday. I lit a candle and my son and I picked out her favorite dessert and we had a piece of it and we had a place setting for her on her birthday. And we wished her a happy birthday from heaven.
Wasn't tiramisu, was it?
No, but it was
Okay.
like it was kind of like a chocolate mousse pie. She loved
Okay.
like that like light. So kind of a little bit that
Okay.
same texture.
Okay. And then for some reason I got pink roses, which I'm trying to decipher what that meant. I'm still learning in my signs and symbols. So I
Yeah.
don't know if there were pink roses, if that was a thing that she liked, or if you see pink roses, if you have pink roses out back, or this could be a sign or symbol for something, and I'm just not sure what it is.
I think for Mother's Day too, I had bought like a I think it was pink, and I made her like a special little thing to put on her little niche for her where she is in the cemetery, and I put that on her plate, and it
Okay.
said like "Love you, Mom" or something, and it was pink roses. So it's
Beautiful.
probably that she saw it because I dressed
Okay.
it up, and I took a picture even because I said hers is the most dressed up one. Like, like, I thought she would laugh about it.
And she can't have something plain. She can't
No,
have something. It's got to be like
like dress it really
bedazzled,
nice for her. Yeah,
bejeweled, a little extra, a little saucy.
yeah.
Um,
I
that's
wanted it to stand out for her.
that's super cute. But she feels like she feels like a big personality, but in a quiet way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
She did have a really large personality, but she was not like if you met her, you would say sweet and nice, and she wasn't
Yeah.
like overbearing or anything like
Yeah.
that.
It's not like
Yeah,
she comes in and she's like, all right, everybody stop and
yeah,
listen to
no,
me. No, she's not that. She's
yeah.
not that.
She's just the one that was like always laughing and happy, and yeah.
Yeah. She's having so much fun with the reading today, sitting with you and seeing you laugh and smile. And she's like, my Debbie has the best laugh and the best smile. And
Oh,
she's just making it like, she's like, I may have had a personality, and come in, but my Debbie just lights up the room.
oh my gosh, that's so sweet because I always felt like that's her. I was more
Oh,
reserved, so that's very sweet.
well, maybe you're just kind of passing the torch. She's passing the torch to you, and
That's
you're,
what I always say. I always feel like, she's because I felt like I got her strength. Like, even though I lost her, like, I felt like
of
now I have her
course.
strength. Like, she's there still. So I do feel like she pushes me along a little bit with that. It's
And
funny.
spirit will do that. So spirit can, because our loved ones are so close and connected with us, they actually can come into our physical body and give us that oomph, give us that whatever
Yeah.
we need,
Yeah.
and so they'll almost help us out in that way of certain things when we ask them for their help, or even if we don't ask them for help, where they know that we need to be guided and they can
Yes.
do that and help us along the way. Something with rosary beads. So I don't know if you're big in faith or if she has a big faith, but something with the rosary beads and praying to I feel specifically to the Virgin Mary.
Huh. That would be more my grandmother was big on that.
Okay.
My mother too believed in it, and I actually have sets of the rosary beads that I think were my grandmother's, and also my grandfather, my on my father's side.
Okay.
He was big on that, and I have his
Okay,
definitely, but I
beautiful.
think I have hers too.
Beautiful. In this reading, do you want to guide it in any way? Do you have any questions of closure? What do you need to know?
So the only thing going back to those two men, because you said it was like, was it like father son on the other side?
That's what it felt like.
Okay. I am almost thinking I lost someone young, not related to me, and he's probably now with his father. So it was someone romantically, like briefly, but we were very good friends. And
Okay.
he died like the year before my mother, and it was very sudden. It was actually shocking. And we had connected when my mom got sick because his father had suffered the same illness and had passed.
Okay.
So, and I knew he was like when he passed, I knew he was with his dad. I don't know if it's him coming through to say like I am with my
Okay.
dad.
Okay. Okay. Does he have did he have this like cool demeanor about him? But he's
Yes.
like but he's like I'm not a biker or anything, but he just has this cool, like I'm a
Yes.
cool guy, hip or
Yeah.
whatever this is.
Like you wouldn't think he was, but he had a bike.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Uh, but you had been separated. It was like if you had something together, it was in the past, and then you
Mhm.
rekindled a
Friendship.
friendship
Yeah, we
and
were
talking.
friends before, it was
Yes.
slightly
Okay.
romantic for a little bit, then friends again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Did he have like sandy blonde hair or like lighter hair?
Very light hair. Yeah.
Okay. All
Like
right.
when he was older.
Yep. Okay. I'm just trying to get his personality, who he is, like
Yep.
show me things that he liked. Did he have a tattoo on his forearm?
Yes.
Okay. Was it his right specifically? I don't know why I saw the right side. Do you
I think
remember?
so. I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I believe I got this. Let me see if that's who. So he feels like he has a bigger personality of like he's the one that will be like, "Yeah, I'm here. All right, everybody." Like kind of like clear the room. I'm here. I'm announcing my presence. So I believe that's why he stepped forward first with his dad because of the fact that he has such a big personality. And I think you were wondering in his passing if he was okay.
Yeah.
And so that was the whole reason why he came forward with his dad walking was that they are together in heaven and he is completely okay. He's safe and at peace with God.
Yep. That's so awesome.
Okay.
I kind of thought he might because even when my mom passed, I was like, well, maybe he'll be over there too, to like, but not that she really knew him, but I
Exactly.
don't
And
know.
that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. And did you see how respectful he was when we weren't sure who it was that he
Yep.
kindly stepped aside?
Step
He was like,
aside.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah." Uh,
Yep.
and does he have the connection with the five?
Does
Was
he
he
have
one of
five?
five? Was there
I'm trying to remember. You know what? He might be.
or
I don't remember how many siblings he had, but he has a few. So he
or
could be.
it could be the significance of May?
Mm, I don't think for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's totally fine. I was just trying to circle back to that five.
Yeah. Or the five could be like his dad, and I just don't know or
No, I
remember.
know.
Yeah.
I know. How would you know that information? That'd be like a bit, stepping. So he just wanted to take that time to give you the space of answering that question for you because I think when you asked it after he passed, he heard it, and so now he finally had the opportunity.
Yeah.
He's like, a medium's talking to Debbie. I gotta I gotta tell her I'm
Exactly.
okay. So that's so sweet that he wanted to come through and validate that for you for that question that you had. Okay. I wanted to ask what your mom wanted to maybe wrap up with at the end of this reading. And she showed me this bench that you like to go on. So I don't know if it's a bench in memory of her or if it's just a space that you like to sit and talk with her and she hears you and she's listening in the times that you sit and conversate with her. I feel like it's somewhere out in a garden. So I don't know if you have a spot
Um,
and do you sit on a bench out in a garden or
you
have
know
you
what?
is this in the
She
cemetery that you sit?
I think, yeah, I don't
Okay.
go a lot there because I know she never liked cemeteries. So I know, like, I always hear her voice, like, if I'm going there, like, why would you go there? Like, I don't want to be hanging out there. But there is a beautiful bench. And every once in a while, I will go there and I will sit and I will just like talk to her. But I don't do it a lot because I know that I could just do it anywhere. But there
Exactly.
it is exactly. And it is absolutely beautiful there. Yeah.
Perfect. Just to validate that you're talking to her. It doesn't mean specifically, so she showed me that specific area,
Yeah.
but that she's listening to you always and answering you and showing you the signs and beautiful messages on your way through life because she's like, Debbie just asks for, she's like, it's funny because I feel like when you talk to her, you don't even ask for like stuff for yourself. You're so selfless that you usually ask for, can you help so and so on their way? They have so many questions of where they're going and what they're doing in life. And then can you help other so and so? And that's so sweet. And she's like, but don't forget about yourself. Like sometimes you do have to give yourself that self like it's not selfish to give yourself that self-love.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just validating for you that she hears everything and that she knows that you're praying for everybody and taking good care of them. And so she appreciates that you've stepped forward and taken that like matriarch kind of mentality or like stepping into that role. So she
Aw,
appreciates and knows that you have done that and she hears everything that you say and she's always listening.
that's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so very welcome. It sounds like a good spot to wrap up. We'll wrap up here. And I am so grateful that you got to sit with me today and let me share my gift with you.
Thank you so much. I tried to come in without any expectations, but I was hoping that my mother would come through. I was hoping to get that message, and it did. So it was wonderful. The reading was really positive. I received a lot of messages from my mom. I really felt like she was there. A lot of validation that would only be specific to me, which was wonderful. And even like a dear friend that I was thinking about came through as well. So it was just a really great experience. I think my favorite message is just that my mom is with me like every day. She hears everything and that she is always around. Every once in a while I question that. And so it was so good to hear it because I have to always like remind myself. So it was just wonderful to hear that message. I think that if you're ever like questioning um just the existence of like our spirit on the other side, it's so good to meet with a medium and just get that validation that life goes on and that we're all still connected. It just if it's just such a wonderful it's just such a wonderful feeling to just know that. So that would be my biggest takeaway.